Corn is like a drug, and just like any drug, it alters our neuroplasticity. The brain rewires itself based on repeated behavior. For example, if I was a dog and every time I was on good behavior, I get a treat, I'm gonna make sure I'm on good behavior in order to get that reward, in order to get that treat. It works the same way with corn. If we are constantly rewarding ourselves with corn for no fucking reason, then for no fucking reason are you going to want to reward yourself with corn. Now, the good news is if you're still young, your brain is still developing, meaning that quitting this early, cutting it off completely, and recovering fully is way easier than compared to a person who is a full developed grown adult. Now, before you click off this video, if you are a grown, fully developed adult, it's not impossible if you understand these rules that your brain plays by. If you don't understand these concepts, quitting corn will always be temporary. Dopamine is a chemical messenger, a neurotransmitter that our brain uses in order to motivate action, reinforce habits, and signal what's worth pursuing. The problem with dopamine in today's world and in today's society, it's everywhere. It's in the palm of our hands. It's here, it's there. So it's very, very easy to access dopamine. We have to dopamine detox. You have to get rid of the dopamine as much as you can. Strip yourself away from the pleasures, away from the dopamine for a certain period of time in order to restart your brain's dopamine baseline. People who are running all of this shit could give the slightest fuck. The only thing they care about is selling you, making you a consumer. They don't give a fuck about what's going on in your brain. The only thing they care about is what makes your fucking money go into their pockets. Social media, junk food, entertainment, easy and cheap dopamine like corn will kill motivation to do harder things. Make real progress feel boring. Train your brain to avoid effort. You have to think of dopamine as a credit system. Every day that you wake up, your credit restarts. Now, what you choose to invest to with that credit that you have, that new credit, is going to determine what kind of day you're going to have. If you wake up and you start scrolling on your phone, you start playing video games, right away you start watching movies, shows, you're going to invest in the most expensive type of dopamine. Your dopamine baseline has now went all the way sky fucking high. And after that, are you really gonna wanna do some fucking deep work? Hell no. You're gonna wanna go play video games. You're gonna wanna do something that amounts to that amount of dopamine. If you invest in the cheap dopamine, but it's gonna require a bit more work, training, doing some deep work on your project, studying, it may be cheap, but it compounds over time. It brings actual value. It makes you work for the dopamine, and then you end up with more self-respect and dignity. Dopamine doesn't make you happy, it makes you chase. So make it chase the right things. What you wire your brain to chase is what determines what kind of life you're going to have. Corn is the ultimate dopamine killer, besides the hardcore drugs. But to be quite frank and honest, it's not that far off. It's what makes it dangerous because it's so easily accessible. Corn addiction isn't just caused by dopamine. Too much dopamine. It's caused by low serotonin levels. Why? Because serotonin levels keep dopamine in check. If your serotonin levels aren't up to par, you're gonna wanna chase that quick and easy dopamine that will make you feel really good about yourself. The way I like to think about serotonin is the condition of your car. If your car is healthy, you can hit a bump without totaling it completely. You don't have to hit the gas pedal to feel something. The ride feels stable even when the road isn't perfect. But when the serotonin levels are low, sitting still feels unbearable. It feels uncomfortable, and any bump will send you off spinning. So what do? You hit the gas. Novelty, corn, just to feel something. You're craving something because you feel nothing towards yourself. You can't be comfortable with yourself. You are craving stimulation constantly just to feel something. Even when your serotonin levels are healthy, you can still feel the urges, but you don't have to act on them. You have that option. You feel that option. Fuck, I'm getting an urge, but I feel really good about myself right now. I feel good. Why do I have to do that? Why do I have to watch porn if I feel good already? The thing with healthy serotonin levels is that dopamine stops running the show. Now the serotonin takes over and it's running the show because you feel fucking good. You feel amazing. Your routines are checked. Your system, the system you've built, now that you have a routine, you wake up at the same time, you do some deep work, you work out, you actually train yourself to work for the hard things instead of chasing quick dopamine. That you've built a system and you've stuck with it for weeks, months. Now you have this routine and it becomes natural for you. And the byproduct of having that system and that routine is that you end up building self-respect for yourself. You feel good about yourself because you're able to commit to a routine without failing. When you have a strong sense of respect for yourself like that, it's hard to break you. All of the shit that's coming at you, it's hard for it to touch you. It can't touch you. You have a shield around yourself. You have a sense of pride, a sense of self-respect. And all of that makes it really hard for all of those urges, all of those temptations to come in and to change your trajectory for the day. I really like that sunlight. When someone is watching porn, they're just trying to escape the noise. They're just trying to escape from the reality that their life is not in order. It's not the way it's supposed to be. And we subconsciously know what type of lifestyle we need to run because the noise is so strong and we don't act on it. We are not acting on what our brain is subconsciously telling us. We constantly have to escape reality in order to feel something good about ourselves. The thing with serotonin, you cannot rebuild it instantly. It takes some time. You have to realize that building a routine and a system takes time for your body to adjust. Your body is like a machine. If you have a routine and you constantly do it, you learn from it, you rewire your brain, and now it becomes a habit. You're doing it every day without even thinking about it. Waking up every day, do you think about brushing your teeth? No, you just fucking brush your teeth. Do you think about making your bed? No, because you do it every day. And the same applies for every concept in your life. If you work out every day, if you work out 4 times per week, if you have a certain routine, a certain time you do the workout, you're gonna do it because it's a habit now. You don't think about it. So why not apply the same concept to other parts of your life? Why not change the trajectory of your life? Why not change the way you feel about yourself by building a routine every day that will help you increase your overall self-respect and pride, that helps you stay away from all of this nasty shit that can come your way? Have a system, a routine you live by. If you have a system, if you have order in your life, it makes it really hard for these urges to change the trajectory of your day. People fall into unnecessary temptations when their life is out of order. If their life is random, no shit, you're gonna get all of these crazy urges because you have no fucking order. You're gonna choose whatever makes you feel happy at the moment. But if you have structure, a system, it makes it really hard for these temptations to change the trajectory of your life. Small wins matter. Every day, small wins stack up. It's the snowball effect. I want you to think of momentum as a rock. Now, why the fuck would I think of momentum as a rock? Because if the rock, this big ass rock, was on top of a mountain and you decided, let me push this rock off. Boom, you push off the rock, what do you think happens? That rock gains momentum. It starts off slow, boom, 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 and then it starts going fucking fast. It's the same with your day. Start with small wins. They compound over time. It creates momentum. For example, the night before, you say to yourself, I am going to wake up the next day early. I'm going to wake up at 5:45 a.m. and I'm going to do some deep work. And guess what? You wake up and you get these temptations. Oh, this bed is so warm. I don't want to get out of this bed. It feels so good. 5 more minutes. But guess what you're going to do? You're going to push through like a champion. You're going to go up and you're going to make sure that alarm clock is all the way far, so you have to actually get out of your bed. you're gonna get up and you're gonna turn that alarm off. Ding, 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 ding. You got the first win of the day. Guess what? Now you're gonna want more wins. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna go to the bathroom, you're gonna brush your teeth, and then after that, you're gonna fucking make your bed. Ding, another win for the day. You're gonna want more. So what you're gonna do, after that, you're gonna go make yourself some tea. You're gonna drink that tea like a fucking boss, and you're gonna do some deep work. Whether that's working on a project, working on school stuff, you get the point. Then you keep getting those dings, you keep getting those wins. You are stacking momentum. But of course, what I recommend for anyone who wakes up early and decides to start their day right, plan your day. Whether that's the night before, I highly recommend everyone to plan their day when they wake up early. They're up, they already did the small wins, they already woke up early, they made their bed. Get on your computer, get on your phone, and actually get the fuck off your phone. Your phone does not exist. Go on your computer, make a list of the tasks you need to do for the day. What do I need to accomplish for today? How do I win today? What do I have to do? You make a list and you go by the list. Sometimes, to be quite honest, it's very hard to keep track of what you need to do for the day. So honestly, making a list is a necessary thing that everyone has to do. Every great person that I've seen always makes a list of the things they need to accomplish by the end of the day. So why the fuck do you think you're special and you don't need to make a list? Make a fucking list. It takes like 5 minutes. What I need to do, I need to work on my videos. For me, this is what I'm talking about myself. I need to make my videos. I need to work on my projects. I need to do some schoolwork. I need to work out. Just make a fucking list. And it's gonna feel amazing once you start checking them off. The small wins are going to stack up. Your fucking phone is a problem only if you let it control you. Your phone is a tool. You can either make it a tool or it can make you the tool. You're telling me that you as a human being who has the gift, the ability to think and focus on the things that you want to focus on, is controlling your trajectory, it's controlling your body and telling you, hey, I should keep scrolling because this is so fucking funny and this is fun and I'm getting so much out of this. Bro, your phone is a tool, it's a choice. You have the choice not to scroll on your phone. If you let the dopamine, the reward of you seeing something funny, seeing something fucking cool, seeing some ass on there, control you, you're a fucking tool. When the phone is the most dangerous is the first few hours when you wake up. You've got to get it in your head that your phone does not exist for those first few hours. The only thing your phone should be used for is for you to get the fuck out of your bed and click alarm off. Nothing else. Your phone does not exist in the morning. You don't need your phone. And let me tell you why it's so fucking horrible. Anticipation releases way more dopamine than actually checking your phone. Did someone text me? What did someone post on their story? Did someone post something? Did that girl text me? The vision in your head of you getting that text that you want, getting that email that you want, getting this, getting that, is already releasing dopamine. And you going on your phone ends up being actually fucking worse because, one, you don't actually have any notifications. You don't actually have any notifications on that bit, except for your friend texting you some stupid ass memes. And that's already bad because you click on the meme, you watch a meme, boom, a surge of dopamine. You're already bombing your fucking brain with dopamine first thing in the morning. Your phone does not exist. Do you understand? It's not there. You don't have a phone. Short form content is so fucking dangerous, especially when you're in the beginning stages of quitting. Why is it dangerous? Because when you're scrolling, you're entering the unknown void of content. The problem is, even though you have this specific niche of what type of content you like, they like to sneak in a few things just to throw your routine off, just to, want you to crave the wrong things. Sexual stuff shows up every once in a while. Even if you are the type of person who says not interested on those, it will show up once. I can promise you, not today, not tomorrow, but eventually it will show up. And when it shows up, boom, it's too late. The image has been implanted in your brain. And guess what? Your brain starts to make excuses. It starts to throw in thoughts, and you start thinking, wow, that girl was so pretty. She was so attractive. Wow. I mean, I would like to see more of that. That's where the peeking starts. That's where the digging starts. You start digging. Maybe if I just look at her profile, it won't be so bad, right? There's no nudity on there, right? So you start looking at the profile. You start looking at, oh, wow, look, her ass is out. Whoa, her titties are out. Whoa. You're gonna go from level 1 to level 10 because you're gonna start peeking at the wrong places. You're gonna start digging into this girl. You're gonna start looking up this girl. You're gonna start looking at explicit, provocative images. And you know, guess where you're gonna end up? At the wrong side of town, buddy. It's over. You already failed. This has to be avoided at all costs, especially if you're just starting out. If you're just starting to quit, this has to be avoided. You're not strong enough. You don't have enough power to resist these urges. You don't have a big shield like I do. You're not some tough guy. Understand that. When you're in the beginning stages of quitting, you're not Mr. Tough Guy. You're Mr. Pussy, because you will fail. You will fail if you don't avoid this problem. If you want to make it easier for yourself, if you can't avoid content, if you just have to watch something, go on YouTube and watch some long form content to train your brain's attention span. Train your brain, watch something educational. There is so much educational stuff out there for you that you can actually get something out of. Control your phone or it will control you. There is no neutral relationship with it. When you're watching porn, your brain doesn't really understand the difference between the real thing and the porn you're watching. In the moments, right? I'm not talking about when you're looking at it when you're sober, when you're normal, when you're not in your Mr. Horny mode. Your brain doesn't know the difference. All it knows is that it's getting pleasure. And that puts you in a situation where instead of actually building a connection with a real person, you're building a connection with pixels on a screen. What a fucking loser. Your brain only understands the signals. That's why it feels so good. For a moment, your biology believes that you're the one succeeding, that you're the one who is fucking the shit out of this girl, when in reality, you're not doing shit. You're just looking at another guy doing that job for you, and you're the loser behind the screen. Humans are biologically wired to survive and to continue on their genes, just like every other species. That's why when you're watching porn, your brain is going to reinforce that good feeling. It's going to give you that dopamine. It's essentially saying, good job, do that again. But in reality, you're not doing anything for your genes. You're just fucking finishing on paper. You're just finishing in a sock. Bro, you are going against your biology, essentially. Humans are biologically wired to reproduce. Our nervous system is built to reward behaviors that lead towards survival and continuation of genes, just like every other species. So essentially, when you are watching porn, when you are releasing your life force, your brain is going to reinforce that habit. No shit, because you're doing what you're supposed to do as a human. Reproduce with other humans, women. And when you are finishing in a sock, yeah. When that moment passes, when the illusion disappears, you realize that no connection, no bond was formed, and nothing happened. You didn't live up to your biological standards. That's where the damage begins. Now your brain prefers fake stimulation over the actual thing. You're rewiring your brain to think, my phone and these pixels on the screen are way better than the actual thing. Yeah, no. The point is, porn isn't actually powerful. The thing that makes it powerful is that it hijacks something that is actually supposed to feel rewarding. It replaces that real thing with a fake thing. The fake thing doesn't give you shit. So once you quit porn, those urges don't just disappear. You learn to redirect them towards the real thing, towards real people, towards an actual woman. If you see a woman you're attracted to, don't run like a little bitch. If you really feel attracted to this woman, And once you've quit corn, you will see that you will have the urge to actually go up to this woman. You won't be afraid anymore. You won't have that, I don't need that. You will actually need it because there's no way for you to release all of that energy inside of you if you don't actually go talk to that woman. If you're just barely 1 month in, give yourself more time, get used to your routine and your discipline. And once that month passes, actually try go talk to a woman. A lot of these gurus online will tell you once you quit corn, you get these superpowers. But the truth is, you don't get any fucking superpowers. When you go up to a woman, knowing that you quit something that has had a chokehold on your life for so long, you get a sense of control of your life. You feel in control of your life. Therefore, anything else, any obstacle that comes your way, you feel as if you can control it now. Because if you can control this crazy thing that had a chokehold on you for so long, going up to a woman, isn't that fucking scary? You will notice that shift, the way you carry yourself. Talking to a woman is just like any other human being. It's all about play. Play. You're flirting. You're throwing stuff. You're twisting words. It's fun. And the beautiful thing about having a woman, a partner, is that now you have another excuse to not watch corn anymore. You have a partner. Why do you need to watch corn? There is no fucking need. It's another shield that protects you from these urges. Find yourself a woman. If you feel these urges coming and you're in an environment where you're usually doing this deed, you're used to doing it here, and now you're in your room, you're alone, and you're starting to get these urges, I need you to immediately change your environment. No buts, no ifs, no just a few more minutes, I think I could handle this. Your mind isn't strong enough to handle these urges yet. So you need to get the fuck out of there before you fold. Go outside, take a walk, splash some cold water on your face, take a cold shower. You've got to retrain your brain not to feed the pattern. You've got to change your environment. And by changing your environment, when you feel these strong urges, is retraining your brain not to fall into temptation again. And obviously this doesn't happen instantly. Give yourself some time. It takes some time to change that usual activity that you do once you start feeling these urges. Understand that urges fall like waves. You get high urges sometimes you get low urges. You gotta understand that once you get that high urge, it's not gonna be around forever. It's just gonna be there for a few, maybe hours, maybe a few minutes, sometimes a few seconds. It changes all the time. You gotta understand that urges will change. It's like a wave. So once you start feeling a strong urge, don't start listening to your brain where it's saying, oh my God, this urge is so strong. I can't focus on this. I've got to release. You gotta find peace after releasing. No, this is a trap. Don't let yourself fail because the urge feels too strong for you. And you need a release because you will find yourself some peace. Nothing will happen to you if you don't release. Nothing will happen to your body if you just resist the urges or if you just change the environment. Nothing bad will happen to you. Your balls won't just suddenly explode. It will go away. Just give it a little bit of time and it will go away. Do not let a temporary sensation make a permanent decision for you. Final word. If you follow this guide fully, you will not fail. But if you do, understand that it's not the end of the world. You relapsing isn't you being weak. It's actually information. So track it back. Think about where the little slips happen. When little slips happen, they compound over time just like small wins. So track it back. Was it that you were on your phone too much? Was it because you saw that one Instagram model on your phone and then you went on a website and then you peeked? You just track back and see where the slip happened and learn from it. When you learn once, don't let it happen again. You understand what patterns cause you to have the big slip. Take control, run your system, and stop letting temporary urges decide the direction of your life. That's it.